So apparently, many people have been asking me to cover this new individual. Name is Lil Skies, who's just released his first studio album. Now, I knew of this individual like a couple months ago, but you know, I figure if I get to his music, I get to his music. I'm not really in a rush to listen to anything. You guys have been blowing me up the past couple weeks, telling me, oh, get to Lil Skies, and the time is finally here. Before we even hop into this, mad respect to Lil Skies for having a really enjoyable Lil name. You know, most people, you know, we got the Lil Uzi, we got Lil Pump, had Lil Peep. Now we got Lil Skies. Lil Skies just rolls off. Like it feels so much easier to say. It's a lot more respectable. If I tell somebody I'm a fan, you know, hey, I'm a fan of Lil Skies, I feel like they'll take me more serious. You know, it's a little bit more of a spacier name. It's a little bit more mysterious. I don't like listening to the Lils, so to have a name like this is cool. I'm getting hot. My body temperature, I already know I got the other one covered. Lil Skies' project is called Life of a Dark Rose. I mean, I know about as much information about this individual as B.O.B. knows about the earth. But let's learn some more about him. Let's listen to these songs. Let's get my opinion, my first take. Here we go. Track number 1, Welcome to the Rodeo. Don't be a Travis Scott remake, please.
Hey, I ain't folding under pressure. I ain't switching for no hoe. I ain't talking to no cop and I ain't telling on my bro. Rodeo, shorty wanna fuck me cause a nigga wearing gold. I can bag, I got rich by myself. Rather do full vacation. I've been
Alright, so welcome to the Rodeo, basically being the rep of his life. Welcome to my life, basically. Welcome to where I'm from. Welcome to what I've done. I get that. I think the thing that's keeping me from enjoying that track is the beat is just so abrasive. It's so aggressive and in your face, you know. And I like that he's got that aggressive delivery, but a lot more often than not, I feel like the artists could benefit a lot more from having the instrumental do its own thing and them do their own thing, but still having a healthy mix and relationship between the two. I know it sounds weird, but it needs to be that a give and take. You know, they can't both be giving to the track and it be the same energy from both of them. More often than not, I find that doesn't work out. And for me, this track was just like, it's good. You know, he got his point across of this being a representation of his life. Welcome to my life, basically. That beat is just like, it's a little too much. Track number 2, The Clique.
I'd die for the click. Boy, I swear to God that I would die for the shit. The sticks.
Alright.
You a broke nigga, probably switch up for a bitch.
Alright.
I was ex. I don't fuck with girls that be all up in the mix.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice. Cadence and flow switching up, that's good.
I'ma keep being myself.
That's what I'm talking about. Bitch. Dope. Love that song. Great job. Healthy mix. Don't mind the song being just 2 minutes. Nice, clear, very noticeable hook, even out of all the lyrics. Beat, melody, very cool. If the mix was a little worse, it kind of would remind me of like an old Gucci Mane track. Cadence switches up a good amount in this track. His flow definitely transitions well because the beat, like I said, it has a little bit of a repetitive factor to it after it gets started, but you know, random bass drop make the song better. And you know, with his unexpected flow switch and the chorus coming in really smooth, it adds this sense of unexpected enjoyability to the track. Track number 3, Red Roses. Jesus. Track number 3, Red Roses featuring Landon Cube. I got it right that time.
Got all the drugs in the world that you need. We get no semi-naked pictures. I don't like the BT. Say she got that super.
I agree.
How you tell me you my bro? Then you went out and told broken down bad when you.
All right, it's getting a little old.
In that fast car, like NASCAR, girl, you know I gotta call it safe. Don't lay in your grave. I ain't friends.
It's Okay. The track is just feeling this lack of energy, right? And then the only thing that's horrible about it, not that the track itself is just so horrible, but the only thing that's really noticeable that's bad about this track is how there's such a lack of energy. The beat's really low key, it's really spacey. It's got you in a low state of energy, and then Landon Cube, I'm assuming that was him, comes in and gives this extreme energy out of nowhere. It kind of changes the energetic pace of the song. I already really wasn't feeling it like that, and then he comes in and gives a completely different energy. Sounds like he's on an amplifier. It's just like two totally different tones. It reminds me more so of like a Nav track, to be honest with you. Very low in subject matter, very low in versatility. Just kind of there, you know what I mean? We're gonna move on to track number 4, Lust.
Get in my way and try to block me, I'ma show aggression. Slide on your block, these is yellow diamonds shining like I'm Pikachu. I'm a boss, nigga. Shawty say she coming through, she on her way to started on the club. I be booted up, my shoulders in the truck.
It's really something he keeping me from liking this track. I already know people gonna be like, oh, you're just hating, bro. Like, why don't you ever enjoy the music? Like, just get the fuck, boy. Ain't no, look, you see what the title says. There is a review portion in this shit for a reason. You don't like that? Go watch somebody who's brain dead. All right, I'm not about to sit up here and vibe to every little thing, right? Like, I'm gonna come out with a yearly playlist so y'all can really be wowed. Because like, don't be mad just because everybody don't like everything that you like. Chill out. You need to get out the house more. I guarantee you're not about to sit up here and have an argument with somebody in real life because you showed them a track and they didn't like it. I guarantee you. And if you try, you're gonna get your ass beat. I look sitting up here arguing with you over a song I don't like. Kill yourself. The song's just like really repetitive. The hook really repetitive. The beat really repetitive. I like how there's a switch in flow and a switch in cadence near the half portion of the track, but it also comes across like a totally different person to the point where I question if it's still Lil Skies on the track. And I think the key component here that I'm really having an issue with is it's okay to rap about your life and rap about your current state, but to make that life that you're talking about interesting is another thing entirely. And to be honest, I see tracks like this done by these YouTubers like all the time. So like this beat specifically reminds me of someone else in particular. It's okay to have music that's centered around you, but I think the thing that more people should understand, this music doesn't just represent you. You know, if this is music that you're gonna release and it only represents you, that's one thing. But if it can easily represent 10 other artists at the same time, it's like, why do I really need to hear it? But while the chorus was going on, the one part that I did like was vocals that he did, and kind of interrupting himself during the little breaks within his voice. Track number 5, Cloudy Skies.
Tell me nothing. I know it's all for the better and I'm never stunning. Hey, girl never lied to me. Girl, would you ride for me? Pull up on the side for me. That's gonna be hard to replace. 50, I keep my shit 100. Roll this wood and we getting high.
Yeah, I really am convinced that there's like a little handbook, like a little new rapper handbook that tells people or gives them the basic essentials on what they need to make a modern day rap song. I don't see like this song. I don't see it. It's okay. It's okay. It's just what everyone else is doing at the same time. I don't feel like there's a reason for me to be excited over this track. Call me hater, all you want. I'm already ready for it. Oh, bro, you just mad. You're not as successful. Okay. Track number 6, Signs of Jealousy.
Smoking dope, I don't fuck with the bars. I think I landed on Mars. I think I landed on Mars. They be hating cause we live in, cause you turned to a memory. And you said you was first place when I finished the race. In the room and she giving me face.
Hey, is that a TK shout out?
Riding my wave. Hey, my nigga didn't get off the stage. Kick that boy in this shit, Johnny Cage. I'm in the game like a scrimmage. Stack it up, I can't let it diminish.
Yeah, so this track basically about him sensing people's signs of jealousy. At one point, he does accuse other people of, riding his wave. Hardcore Lil Skies fans, can you tell me what wave he invented? I'm just asking. Relax. Jesus. But I want you to understand there's a difference between music that you can just listen to and vibe out to and music that has staying power. And for this to be a first album, it's got to stick. It's got to stay. It's got to make an impact. It's got to leave a strong first impression in a positive way. And I don't see much that's different here from the likes of like Trippie Red, some signs of Lil Uzi. He maintains good control over his voice and good use of it, but it's not like that strongly distinguished from other acts. Subject matter of the track, it's cool. You can sense people's jealousy. He at one point calls people a memory in this track you were never really meant to be. I'm not gonna make more of it than what it is. It's just underwhelming so far. Next track, Big Money.
Hey, 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 hey. Big money on me, nigga. I'ma run it. Broken night, have enough. Cup so dirty, it might kill you when you take a sip. Bitch, I'm so hot, think I'm the pilot.
What are you sipping on? That there is a risk of me dying if I take a sip.
I'm a dog, then you a pussy. I'ma beat the kitten. I'm a triple threat. Make a hook and cash a check.
Yeah. Track number 8, Tell My Haters. Again with this hating nonsense, alright? Why everybody gotta be a hater? Why can't they just dislike you? Like, some people just don't like you. That don't mean they hating. They just don't like you.
It's in the party. I step in this bitch. Let the haters all fly.
Alright, my guy. Alright, my guy. Hey man, whatever the people like, you know, I'm not gonna hate on you for liking an artist. I'm early 20s on this side, and some music I just don't find enjoyable, you know, and it's okay. It's okay. I'm not blaming my age for that. I'm just saying, like, maybe it could be part of the reason. I don't know. Track number 9, Boss Up. Oh man.
Why you still being stiff? No, it's the perfect time. Yeah, they know what it is. Speak your mind. Why you still being stiff?
I am speaking my mind. Relax. Oh man, I need a break real quick. I just need a break.
2,000 years later.
Oh man, okay. You know what? Listen, you can't make an album, right, and make it be about your life and repeat the same instances of your life throughout the whole project. I get some of these tracks sound different from each other, but if this is what your life consists of, I wonder why the need for an album about it. And it's nothing wrong with making music about your life. Make music, you know, it's cool. I'm not expecting a concept. I'm not expecting great lyricism. I'm not. A couple of songs are good for their turn-up factor, I would say. I'm just listening to the songs. It just seems like trying to recreate a feeling or deliver in terms of popularity. Like, this is what people are listening to, so I need to glorify this and then throw it at them and see if it sticks. And that seems to be the case for every song, like trying to throw something at people until they gravitate towards it, and that's going to be your song. And it seems like a lot of these tracks perform that way in terms of their subject matter, and it just makes the track less surprising every time I hear the next one. Is this one going to be about having a bunch of girls, having a bunch of haters, trying to get the bag? Is that what it's going to be about? Let's just go to track number 10, Garden. Awesome. I'm trying, man. Hey, man, listen. Hey, listen. Track number 11, Lettuce Sandwich.
Dancing, sing your shit Titanic. My clique full of damage. I'ma do the damage. Bitch, I'ma do the damage. That's life and get high. We gon' come through, shut the block down, make 'em lay low like drive-bys. Milk the game like a tit. I put my bitch in red. Now she gon' ride this dick. My game official. No, you don't want this issue. My clique full of bandits. Cold. Burn. Let me go on prescribe.
Okay, I like that. Hey, man, there is nothing to talk about. I've already discussed his subject matter 6 tracks ago. I don't think we're gonna get a change, so let's just move on to the next track, 12, Strictly Business.
I got no time for your heart. Wanna make it with the people that was there. I ain't worried about these hoes. Keep my head on my goals. We was riding down the street, making
You spent half the album talking about these hoes. Now you're not worried about them.
Make it with the people that was there from the start. I don't need no nigga. She having mood swings. She need a mood ring. The boss she know I be, so run it out with me. I got the recipe. You wanna live this life?
Oh, dang. Okay, track number 13, Kill For You.
My president, Mr. Rockstar, my life. Look at the evidence. I shine just like a jewel. My baby, that's my boo. On earth, I fly high like a blimp. Girl, why you fuck with him? You know that nigga tryna own a house. You tryna own a chain. I'm about my president.
That's good.
Shine just like a jewel. My baby,
Oh, you said it again. Alright, point of that track, I like it. You know, just need some shooters and a girl that's gonna ride for him. That's pretty much it. 5-second track summary. Really knocking beat, banging bass. The instrumental in general that just kind of wanes into the next part of itself. But other than that, it's pretty much what he's been telling us. So last track, Nowadays, featuring Landon, Cube again. Ooh. Okay. Alright.
Nowadays, I'm too cool for a girlfriend. Nowadays, I don't know when the world spins. Left y'all on the world and bliss. It's all. It's dumb. Hopped in the car, he said he down to ride. You been tired. I don't trust nobody. People talk talking shit, girl. Why you putting up a fight? And you wanna win the race, but you cannot ride.
Nowadays with Landon, Cube, and Lil Skies. The track itself. Listen, man, listen. Alright, so how am I feeling about this Lil Skies Life of a Dark Rose, I believe is what it's called. Let me start out with some of the good. Of course, this is music you can play in the background. It's not music you necessarily have to pay attention to. It's very now, it's trendy, it's current. I believe more often than not, you can probably find 1 or 2 songs for a set occasion, even if all the subject matter kind of blends together. I like how he's easily understood, like you can actually hear everything that he's saying. He's not mumbling. A lot of what he's trying to say comes across very clear and very concise. I like how he uses his voice on this project. He kind of knows when to bring it back and when to bring it up, when to deliver softer tones and when to kind of deliver like a harder vocal performance. I like the Clique a lot more on this project than probably every other track on here. I just think it's the best versatile performance we get from Lil Skies out of this entire project. It's probably got some of the smoothest transitions even for his voice on this album, but that's kind of where the positive of this album in my opinion stops. I feel like, so I have like 3 major critiques for this project, and the first comes down to his subject matter. Lil Skies is an artist who I'm just now hearing about, and I, from his album, never want to hear about again. If this is what he's got to say about himself, and this is his first album, and he doesn't understand, or whoever his team or his people around him don't understand that you need to deliver something very substantial, especially if it's going to be your first album. This is where people are going to know you. This is where people are going to identify you. And I think to deliver subject matter, music, instrumentals, flows, vocal performances that, while aren't often used by every single other person that people might compare you to come out with your album sounding so kind of generic, it doesn't set a good look, and it sets a tone for an artist who is aware of what's popular. My number 2 complaint is, I feel like he's aware of this kind of music's marketability. I feel like he's aware of the virality of this kind of music. I feel like he's aware of how quickly it spreads. You look at people like Trippie Red with, I think it's Love Scars or something like that. I forgot what hit song he had. Viral. You look at Lil Pump with D-Rose. Viral. You look at Lil Uzi with EXO Tour Life. Viral. Since he's aware of what kind of music goes viral, I think he's playing to that demographic more, just so he can try and get something. You know, if he keeps throwing shit at a wall enough, eventually something will stick, and I don't think it's working on this project. Occasionally you'll get a hit, right? Occasionally you'll get a good song, but for me, I don't see using your first album as an opportunity to do that. Like, you could easily release a bunch of loosies on SoundCloud and try to see, you know, what people like in that regard. And my third major critique for this project is how it blends together. It doesn't feel like any of the tracks, with the exception of Clique, are really any different from one another. And I like that he exists in a lane that's aware of the fact that it's not lyrically gifted. He's not trying so hard to be this lyrical spiritual miracle, but at the same time, it just seems like somebody put all of his songs in like a SoundCloud generator and just pushed them onto the album, and that's it. Like I said, there feels like there's a criteria for people in this lane of music, and more often than not, it's very reminiscent, very repetitive, very inspired by one another. Some of the tracks remind me simply of Nav, which is just extremely boring. There's a lot to be desired in what he's talking about, which, you know, if this is going to be my introduction into your music, hearing you talk about something so surface level and generic while also having instrumentals that really blend into one another isn't going to make me find any interest in your music. This is honestly what I feel like I would get if I put Russ and Nav in a room together. this is the body of work that they would create. And that's really all I have to say about it. I mean, to me, it's just another name to add to the SoundCloud generator that falls under background, little spacey, topical, generic music. That's its lane, in my opinion, and it doesn't stray out of that. It doesn't try to go outside of that boundary. To me, it just feels like another guy who saw what worked and decided to do it too, and this is the product of that. But hey, it's just my opinion. Feel free to leave your opinions in the comment section down below. I really hope you found enjoyment out of this album in ways that I unfortunately could not, but that's just how I'm feeling on it. Lil Skies, Life of a Dark Rose. Thank you for watching. Enjoyed the video. Leave a thumbs up. And I'll see you next time. It's been Shawn C. And I'm out. Peace.